Now remember, the attack that took place in Pahalgam is very different from the past terror attacks. What has happened this time around is that these Pakistani-backed and trained terrorists targeted innocent civilian tourists. Now, India has, of course, vowed a loud and a clear response to this Kashmir attack, and our next story gives you more details about the sinister plot that has led to the massacre of the 27 tourists who had come from across India and indeed from around the world in Jammu and Kashmir. Take a look at this report.
She sits alone in the open meadows of Pahalgam. The silence around her shattered by the thunder of gunfire only minutes ago. Her husband, Lieutenant Vinay Narwal, a Navy officer's lifeless body lay beside her. They were on a honeymoon which turned into a nightmare. Blood staining the grass that was once the pride of Kashmir. The heart-wrenching silence echoes through the valley. This is Kashmir, heaven on earth, turned hell by Pakistan's radical Islamist terrorists.
यहाँ पर थी, क्या बोलते भेलपुरी खाली थी, मेरा पति साइड में था, एक इंसान है, उसने उसको गोली मार दी। यहाँ पे उसने बोला कि ये शायद मुस्लिम नहीं है, उसने उसको गोली मार दी।
The attackers came without warning. They singled out the men, calmly, methodically. What's your name? What's your religion? Recite the Kalma. Then, with cold-blooded precision, they were shot point blank.
जैसे निकल ही रहे थे तो वहाँ पे दरवाजा निकलने का बहुत छोटा सा था और पब्लिक बहुत थी, तो हम जैसे निकले, मैंने मिसेस को आगे निकाला, घोड़े में वहाँ पे कीचड़ दी और पीछे से गोलियां कंटिन्यू चलने लगी बहुत, तो पब्लिक एकदम से बहुत आई और पब्लिक ने हमको धक्का दी, तो मैंने मिसेस को तो बाहर निकाल दिया था, मेरा बेटा फंस गया था, फिर हमने उसको भी निकाले।
Manjunath and Pallavi came to enjoy the scenic beauty of Kashmir.
अब हम शिकारा राइड कर रहे हैं।
शिकारा राइड कर रहे हैं कश्मीर में।
शिकारा राइड करवा रहे हैं मोहम्मद रफीक जी।
The husbands were brutally murdered by terrorists.
ऐसे लग रहा था कि बस अभी 1 मिनट के अंदर अगर नहीं पहुंचते तो हम भी अभी यहाँ पे नहीं होते थे। गेट के बिल्कुल लोग दौड़ रहे थे पीछे से, तो हम उनको देख के सीधा कूद गए और वहाँ पे जहाँ पे पानी या घोड़े चलते हैं ना, इतनी गैप भी थी, वहाँ पे हम कूद गए।
These were tourists, not soldiers. People who came with their families to enjoy the snow, the chinars and the meadows. They had no weapons. They posed no threat. But to the terrorists trained and funded by Pakistan, they were targets in a war against India, a war soaked in religious hate and jihadist ideology.
So this very clearly shows that this particular attack was timed in a particular manner. The manner in which the tourists were targeted after identifying them, after identifying their faith, shows that the aim was to create a communal divide and accentuate it. They probably wanted a reaction from rest of India.
The massacre in Pahalgam is a message, a calculated attempt to derail Kashmir's return to peace. In 2024, over 3.5 million tourists visited the valley, breathing life into an economy crippled by decades of terror. Hotels were full, shikaras were busy, children were laughing again. That is precisely what Pakistan cannot tolerate.
The dead bodies of those who were killed yesterday in the Baisaran attack are being taken from the police control room. As you can see in your visuals, the ambulances are now finally leaving the police control room for the Srinagar International Airport, where they'll be sent across to their resident states along with their families. As you see, these are the buses that carry the relatives and the family members of those who were killed in the Baisaran yesterday.
The success of a peaceful Kashmir is the failure of Pakistan's jihadist project. So the terrorists belonging to TRF, an offshoot of LET, struck not at soldiers or security forces, but at civilians, at families, at innocence itself. And once again, the soil of Kashmir turned red.